Hello folks, welcome back to an episode of Glory Hunter with me, DoctorBenjy FM. Good to see you, I hope you find you well. Run the intro, let's get started. Hello. Welcome back then, everybody, as we're back with some more Glory Hunter. We've lost another game. We're 7 points behind Arsenal. We're in the mud. Today, we're just going to play one game. We're going to get a shorter one going forward. And, playing Chelsea today, who currently sit in 6th place. Behind the mighty Bournemouth, who we talked about yesterday as being a real contender at the moment. I want to make sure there are 5 videos of Glory Hunter this week. A dangerous thing to say when you're me, viewers. Right then, let's talk about what's happened since we've last met then. And injuries have been the story of our time right now. Erling Haaland, after yesterday's episode, is back from injury and back scoring goals. He's got 6 goals in his last 3 games, despite me playing him as a pressing forward. There's a few conversations going on in the comment section of these videos that say that Erling Haaland should not be playing as a pressing forward. There are numerous reasons as to why I'm playing him there. I had him there as Norway manager. His Norway record pretty good, 81 in 80. And his record for me so far this season playing him as a pressing forward is 10 goals in 10 games. Now, for him to get 38, that might be slightly more difficult because I don't necessarily think, it's pretty touch and go. But yeah, he's going to have to get more than a goal a game now because, again, he's missed 7 matches for me so far in the league campaign. And how much of an impact has that had? Well, we'll probably find out come the end of the season. As you can see, when he scores, we tend to win. And in games where he's not scoring, the likes of Watford and Crystal Palace and the 4-1 defeat that you saw against Arsenal, as well as the 2-0 against Everton, it's a problem when he's not around and not in the side. You can see that the other results have been pretty good. A 3-1 victory over Manchester City. West Brom were beaten 5-0 pretty handedly, it has to be said, before the Derby defeat to Everton away at Goodison Park. Not good at all. Young Boys, though, beaten in the group. And we've got our next stage drawn already. I don't know if you caught it down the bottom there. We're playing Sporting, so a softer tie. I think you'd agree. There's the rest of them for those that want to pause and have a quick look. Milan are playing Bayern, which is very, 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 very tasty for you. It's very exciting. So, as I say, Chelsea comes today. The Carabao Cup game against Arsenal, we're not going to play purely because the Carabao Cup in it, but hopefully we can get a good result against Arsenal before the end of January, where I think we might make a few deals here and there. £64 million. I think there's a few things we need, and one of those things might be an even better left back, because I mentioned injuries are hindering us. Andrew Robertson is out for an extended period of time, and a man of his age, 32, probably going to be okay, but out for 5 to 8 weeks it is with a hip injury. Again, that'll be the old age. You can see already bravery dropping down, physicals dropping down, and once you get past a certain point in age in Football Manager, I'm sure you've had players do this, it's very, very difficult to recover those players from those injuries and get them back to where they're used to being. So Andy Robertson there, despite how handsome his hair looks, is going to miss the game today against Chelsea. Now, a game against Chelsea, which is one of the bigger teams, and one of the question marks over this team and over this squad and over the systems that we play is, does this system work against the better teams? And I think most of us would agree, especially when you look at Chelsea's team under Zidane, this is one of the better teams. It's quite similar, actually, from the Chelsea side that already exists. Mendy, James, Chilwell there as well. You think about how far in the future we are. Mount, Havertz, Lukaku, Pulisic. Only a few names in there that are new. The likes of Isaac, the likes of Bellingham. It's a very, very strong side. And of course, Salim Eckers is there as well, a player that we had, I was going to say successfully at Milan, but we let him go and then we were a little bit more successful. Kante's still there on the bench, as well as Kovacic and Hudson-Odoi, and Madueke's there too. It's a very, very strong side. And the question is then, can this system do the business? Now, I think the partnership of Haaland and Nunes is a partnership that I can definitely get on board with. And we've switched things up a little bit in the last couple of games. Mane's on that left-hand side, as he always has been. But Diaz has come across to this side. His pace is proving to be a far more effective tool than the creativity of Harvey Elliott, who, while a player I really like, he just that extra little bit of acceleration in Football Manager, I think plays a big part, right? You're looking at a few percent increase, but still enough for him to make an impact. Harvey Elliott, maybe later in the game when everyone's a little bit tired, bring him on. His craft and guile towards the likes of Nunes and Haaland might be more effective. But I thought we'd talk about the system before we do anything else. You can see there, Trent's in need of rest, but this is not the game you rest him in. As the back line then, Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Skriniar, Van Dijk, Hernandez, as well as Pellegrini and Fabinho just ahead of him. Mane one side, Diaz the other, and the front two are the front two. The bench is very strong, right? The likes of Alfonso, Elliott, Jesus, Henderson, Suso. Suso shouldn't be included in the list, but a pretty strong lineup. So let's waste no more time. Let's get into this. I don't apply. Do you know what? I used to always apply throughout the years of these series as well. I used to always apply opposition instructions And I don't know about you, but I don't do it anymore because I realised, probably from playing like against other people by playing PvP Football Manager, is that if you're having your players worry about the opposition, you're not necessarily executing your plan as you intended. I don't know if that's something you've ever thought about playing your Football Manager saves, but it's been in my brain for about 18 months now. So yeah, I thought I'd inform you on the way I think. You can see there then a few changes to the side we just looked at a moment ago. Kante and Kovacic will be in the middle. It's not... I don't think this is as strong as the side that we just looked at. I don't know, it's strong, but it's not as strong, I don't think. As I say, we've won the last 3 games, though. Let's continue that run, please. Desperately so, as I trust everyone to make the difference. I trust a good performance. And here we go, then. Haaland is the pressing forward. I think it works. Like, his aggression could be slightly higher, but I think just the roles he takes up, being on that left side... it just works. Like maybe he would be more effective as an advanced forward. I don't know, but I like him in that role a lot. And while it's worked for Norway, I think it probably works for us here as well. Let's hope that he proves it in this game and scores a few goals for us. As here we are then, getting things underway. I'm just going to make a subtle change actually to our corners because I think Haaland is going to be at the front post for these. We talked about Van Dijk being there. I think having Van Dijk there is probably the move. I've had Haaland there in the last couple of games to try that. It's not been as effective as you'd think, despite the fact he scored a few goals. So we're just going to put Van Dijk back at the front post. Last time we changed it mid-game, it went really well. So hopefully it goes really well again today. I don't think we've cut this video so far. I think we're one taking it. As the ball played in, we're throwing it back. It's like a live stream, viewers. As Darwin Núñez on that side to Luis Diaz. There's Erling Haaland in acres of space. Just lays it to Sadio Mane. Big chance. So we should probably score. There's Erling Haaland pressing the ball or just shooting it towards the goal. And it's Liverpool 1, Chelsea 0. The perfect start. How on earth we got so much space on the counter-attack here? The ball from Luis Diaz, by the way, is excellent. But it's the first time decision-making of Erling Haaland just to lay it into the path of Sadio Mane. The shot is saved by Mendy, but the return, or the rebound, I should say, from Haaland, easily finished off. And it's Liverpool 1, Chelsea. No, good stuff. Good start. We have to try and get ever closer to Arsenal. Of course, winning this game would put us 4 points behind, but still have that game in hand. And their season so far has been really impressive. They're not the side I can't imagine you would have thought would cause us the most problems. They're also not the side I thought would give you the most problems. Manchester City right now, you can see they're 9 points, maybe 6 after they've played their game, but they are struggling a little bit right now to be competitive as league challengers as we bring ourselves back with another highlight as Mendy's on the floor to pick up the ball. The question is, how will this highlight go? I don't mind players or teams kicking the ball long towards Van Dijk and Skriniar, even if you are Romelu Lukaku. As here's Haaland, who has got a little injury. Again, it's a brilliant pass. Wow, is that going to count? I think it is. It's not going to go to VAR. The referee put his arm to his ear, but I think it's going to count. The cross from Haaland, by the way, is outrageously good. We'll just watch this again because it looks as if Mane could have been offside. Darwin Núñez just puts the ball into a space, really. Haaland runs onto it, but it's this moment here, isn't it? The right foot, not what he's known for, to swing it back across, to have the vision and the guile to do that. Goodness me, he's some player. And Sadio Mane, he can't really miss from there, even at the age of 34. Right then, 2-0. So far, so good. A dominant display, and Haaland might just be the factor. Now, is he a factor? We take off. A potential foot injury on an 8.5, injured but wants to play on. I don't think we take the risk in this necessarily. And what we're going to do instead is play Harvey Elliott just behind as a shadow striker. Again, that creative force. Núñez will be ahead of him. We've not played the system once this year, but rather than bringing on Alfonso or Gabriel Jesus, I think trying to take control of that midfield and allow Núñez to still make those runs into channels might be the way forward for us. So let's take a look. Let's see if that's the case. As the ball straight to the feet of Darwin Núñez, whose hold-up play, by the way, is really good. Far better than you'd imagine. As Mane goes in on goal, blimey, hits the left-hand post, or as we look at it, and goes behind for a goal kick, on the other side. You don't get corners for shooting wide. That would make the game a little bit ridiculous. As I said, the ball goes back then. Virgil van Dijk, and it makes its way forward. Here's Harvey Elliott, the craft and the guile of Harvey Elliott. Oh, my word. Well, look at that. That's some craft. That's some guile. Darren England has blown his whistle. He's going to go and take a look at the video to see if that was a penalty. I think we already know the outcome of this. I think it will be a penalty. You can see me there in my purple suit. looking fantastic. Because it's mainly I use it because I stream on Twitch, which I should mention. I stream on Twitch pretty regularly. I've had a couple of days off though because of the showdown. The showdowns are pretty full on. But yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, doing all sorts of streaming. Network game, the Norwich Safe I've got going on. Feel free to come and check it out. As the penalty then to be taken by Fabinho to give us a 3-0 lead. And this will make me slightly better, or make me feel slightly better about taking off Haaland. It's a brilliant penalty. Fabinho makes it 3, and Chelsea proving, to me at least, while they're not title contenders, I don't think we've seen a chance from them so far. Let's not rule it out because, you know, football does as football is. You've got to be careful. But there's a brilliant shot from Fabinho. Lovely finish. Mendy went the right way, but he just wasn't quick enough. The shot was hit with too much power. And you can see there then, 15 shots, 11 on target. As the cross from Elliott put in, there's Skriniar. It could get ugly here as well. He nearly shoved it into the back of the net, but no, not this time. Skriniar was offside, so it's not going to count. But that was wonderful stuff. As half an hour to go, Luis Diaz having quite a difficult time. The obvious move for me is to get him off, move Elliott to the far side, and then bring Alfonso on as that shadow striker. How good is Alfonso getting, by the way? Oh, he's really good. I don't know. I don't even know how we... I'm sure it was part of one of the videos, but I don't even know how we found him. And the fact that Bayern have let me have him, we spent big money on him. He's been really good for me so far this year, but we don't always deploy him in this role. I'm also thinking Trent needed a bit of a rest, so we're going to bring on Tarek Lamptey as well. 25 minutes to go. Hopefully making all 3 subs won't come back to haunt me, but we haven't got anyone on a booking, which is why I'm so sort of okay with making the switches. Although one of my mottos again is if you're winning, never make substitutions. Never ever. But at 3-0, that rule changes ever so slightly. Goodness me. Madueke with a fantastic effort. Alisson Becker away to his right-hand side. Parries it. I wonder if he said, come on, as he did it. Brilliant save. Pulisic on the corner, puts it in. And how it's gone there, I don't know. They're going to get another corner on this side, shooting towards what I think would be the Anfield Road end based on where the bench is. Pulisic, ball played in and headed away brilliantly again. And the counter could happen, but won't this time. Chelsea have made some changes, but it really hasn't made a difference. Mendy's been their best player. You can look at the XG table down here. We can open it up to be that bit bigger. Not great from Chelsea, it's fair to say. You can see when the penalty was, can't you? And the big chance we had early in the game as well. And that's full time. It was a quick video, a quick episode, but it keeps us in the loop. And it was a great example of how that 4-2-2-2 can create chances, create problems, the movement of that front four, the goal that Haaland supplied for Sadio Mane. That for me was the greatest example of what it can do and how it can work. He's out for 6 to 9 days now, is Haaland. And shall we take a little look, because we don't do this very often, but I want to just include this in the video really. Some of the other stats that exist within the game. Let's take a little looky here then and just see things like average possession at 50%. City, Chelsea, Newcastle, some of the big boys, far more possession than us. We win a lot of headers though. Our aerial ability seemingly a real issue for teams to play against. Like I bet a lot of those are from corners, by the way, but even so, pretty good. Most goals in the league so far as well. Those 3 goals against Chelsea put us ahead of Arsenal, but they've got, again, that game in hand. In fact, we might even have a look actually just to see if they win it. Expected goals for, we are way ahead of Arsenal. Wow, when you think that Arsenal have got 48 goals and their expected goals is only 34, whereas on the flip side of that, 43 is our expected goals, and we've scored 51. So both of us actually massively outperforming the XG charts. Clear-cut chances created. We're dominating that right now. We're having far more shots. That's having Erling Haaland, even when he's playing fewer games. That's what he does. Again, things like shots on target as well. Really, really dominant in some of these games. We'll look at some player details as well. Maybe there's some hidden stats here that we've not quite seen, as appearances pretty straightforward. Average rating, Haaland right now is right up there. You can see 4 Liverpool boys in the top 5. Makes you wonder why we're not winning the league right now and we're chasing down. And Darwin Núñez, by the way, shots per 90 minutes, quite a few of them, it's fair to say, an awful lot of them. And this is one of my favourite ones. Average minutes per goal. You can see when Haaland's on the pitch, when he's involved, that's what he can do. And long may that continue. We need him for the rest of the season if that's to be the case. Let's continue forward then. Let's see what happens in Aston Villa Arsenal. Will we be that little bit closer, or is the gap going to remain at a pretty substantial number? Let's just find out together. Have they happened yet? We must be pretty close. I definitely want to know what's gone on in them, because again, just trying to draw them in to the point where we obviously play them again later in the season. I want to make sure we're close enough that that game matters. And if you've got a fully fit side, That is not what you want to read, is it, viewers? Flipping heck. They've got a 91st minute winner at the Aziz with the goal. The rest of the boys around them winning. So the 7-point gap remains. Only one defeat for them this year. They lost away at St James's Park to Newcastle, who are, with all their millions, trying to get into those European places. Tottenham, you can see, the team to have fallen away big time. And yeah, still some work to be done then for the Liverpool Massive. Next time we meet will probably be, as I say, the end of January. We might do a little bit of business, but I'm going to leave the question open to you guys as we rest these boys for their next game. Where do you think we need strengthening? Is there an obvious position? Is there a need to bring in another striker behind Haaland, or would you go for maybe some more defensive cover? Or again, centrally. Again, thoughts, viewers. I need them. I think we can spend some money here, but where should we spend it? Let me know, comment section, and leave a like if you enjoyed. We love with care. For Benjy. Until next time, I've done it in one take. We'll take that. One take, Benjy. I'll see you soon. Love with care. Goodbye. That was fun. In the. Oh, I should edit this bit out. Luckily, I can just end.